holding on.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome to our session 1 for our A Tale of Twinkle and Awe Chimera campaign. I am very, very enthusiastic about this. My players have come up with some amazing detail to this world and their and their characters. So I can't wait for you to meet them. Before we get started, how about we go around? I'll go counterclockwise. No, this way. And we'll do introductions. JV, do you want to start?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am JV. I will be playing Key. That is who shall be playing on this day.
All right. And then Alyzona.
God, I'm never prepared for this. Hi, I'm Alyzona or Steph, and I will be playing Syrah today.
All right. Let's go to Memento.
Hi, I will be playing Buckmoon today.
All right. And Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her interchangeably. I will be playing Vittoria Della Rosa, aka Vidi Valente, aka Tori, aka Opalina. She, her pronouns.
There's a lot of names to worry about there, but I think I got them all on the overlay. So,
it's fine.
Yeah.
You didn't. There's a lot.
There is a lot. I don't think the only one I didn't get is Tori's actual name.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's a family name, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, let's go to Thae.
Hello, my name is Thae in Twilight. I am playing Amara Terramore today.
Excellent. And my name is Ryan Boelter. I will be the genre moderator. That means I get to play everybody else that's not these fabulous folks. If you look at the overlay, everybody's characters' names are below their pictures or their videos, rather, as well as what archetypes they have. Their primary is on top, their secondary is on bottom, as well as their actual persona is listed on top on the left, and their alias or crime fighting / magical girl formula or name is on the bottom left. So you'll also notice that Amara does not have an alias yet because of reasons. So
Ooh.
yeah, well, the spice is starting before we begin. So So let me pull up my notes so I don't get lost. And I think we can just dive right into this if everyone's ready.
I can do it.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
All right. So I am going to, I think I am all set here. All right. We open on a sunrise just above the horizon. The warmth of its rays touch the top of a vast forest, sprawling here and there as far as the eye can see, coloring the clouds in the sky reds and oranges and yellows. Clearings dot the forest, and a vast field of tall grass can be seen blowing in the breeze. On the horizon, we see a small mountain range, and coming from that direction, we see a glint of light reflecting the morning sun. The camera quickly zooms in on that glint, showing us a large hover train with bulky bumps housing the hover components along the whole length of the bottom, and glittering solar panels along the entire length of the top. The bumps have glowing soft blue lines in them as magic inside them propels the train forward at treetop level silently. We can see into the windows a bit, where there are various bipedal and quadrupedal folks chattering with one another. We even see a macaw parrot with a newsy hat sipping some tea before the camera turns away to see where the train is headed. On the horizon, at first looks like a green mountain of various sized peaks, But as the light adjusts, we can see it is a large city with greenery surrounding every building, also creating a natural looking barrier between the city and the vast wilderness surrounding it. As we get closer, we see flocks of bird folk flying between buildings, as well as non winged citizens floating gently over the green pathways between the structures. The train passes over the barrier and past a sign that says, "Welcome to Solaria Gardens." Excuse me. And docks with a platform that raises up and down as people shuttle on and off the train. The bird we saw before takes flight, and we follow it as it courses through the city. A smaller version of the train, a hover bus, passes by well above head level on its way to its next destination. Folks in hover shoes and hover boards are coursing along the pathways below, some gliding and some walking normally while hovering inches from the ground. The camera focuses on one of those individuals. Key, you are on your way to your friend Tori's house to assist with some baking, as was promised in celebration for your latest exploit as a team. Can you describe Key to us and what they are bringing with them, and how are you getting there?
For sure. So, key is, despite the fact that baking is about to occur and this is a terrible idea, general PSA for everybody. Key is wearing all black. This is a bad idea. I'm going to keep saying this is a bad plan. Key knows this is also a bad plan. They don't care. They're gonna do this anyway. Which is so they're dressed in all black. They're they have their hair sort of pinned to the side in preparation of the intensity that is baking things and the heat that is a room that has a functioning oven in it. And they're just they don't have much on them save for obviously the necklace that they always have. They also have with them, what do they have with them? They have a bag. I'm trying to think of what is in the bag. I don't think they're, They are bringing extra sugar because that's probably going to be necessary, but also probably won't be necessary. And then like some cake decorating supplies. That's what they've got. You
Wonderful.
never know.
Absolutely, especially with Tori leading the baking.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that image of Key as the bird flies overhead and continues on. Next, the camera moves over the bird's shoulder, and we see Sierra parkouring through the city, also on the way to Tori's house. Alyzona, can you describe Sierra to us and what they are breeding?
Okay. Sarah is a sort of very tall, sort of lizard bird dinosaur, sort of looking, very slender, um, bluish scales just all over, with this massive kind of sort of mane trail of sort of blue green feathers that just run from the head all the way down to this not large, but certainly their tail of feathers, and these long, sort of half bird, half lizard legs and arms. Uh, Currently, though, a lot of that is being obscured by the oversized sweater that she is wearing. As a cold-blooded creature, they do love a bit of sort of oversized warming outfits.
Mm.
It's also just very easy to wear. It's very comfortable. And sort of loose pants underneath that. But the sweater's the main kind of part of that. Aside from that, they're not really wearing all that much. It's very casual, very understated, sort of woven fabrics and God, everything is failing. My words are all failing me.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, sort of hopping up, running along, um, the edges of buildings, hopping between things, very pretty gracefully, making sure to stay well out of the way of people, not causing a fuss.
Mhm. Excellent. All right. And as Sierra and Key make their way closer to Tori's place, we see the bird flying down into the streets between the buildings. I call them streets, but really they are mostly cobblestones of sorts with moss and grass growing upon them. And then there's some wear and tear near the entrances of these houses along this street. And we pass by one particular greenstone home. This is Tori's home. Picture a brownstone, but green. That's what we established last time. But Tori, can you describe your house for us?
Yeah, so it's like a brownstone, quote unquote, what we know, but typically what they are is those like houses that are all like vertical, then like and sort of go back and like spreading out. So there's like tons of houses all together.
Mhm.
Hers is probably like not the one on the end, but the one right next to that. So it's sandwiched. However,
Yeah.
going up the front, it's just lush green ivies that are just like curling and crawling up around the windows and up towards the roof. And if you look up at the roof from this where you stand, you can actually just see like planters just like lining it, and see a little fence because upstairs is a little patio area because
Oh,
fancy.
lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's typically as you walk in, just gray stone for the most part till you step up to the door. The door has a vibrant gonna say a bright yellow just popping against the green.
Ooh, nice.
And you can tell it's her door because all the other doors are like browns and like deep reds, and hers is just like yellow. So it's a nice golden bright yellow. So
Mhm.
that's the door itself. It has
Absolutely.
a little welcome mat that says that's just like a little pink flower.
Very cool. I like that. Okay. So we leave the bird's side and pan into one of the windows of this house, peering into a kitchen as we catch the tail end of a conversation between three friends, Tori, Buckmoon, and Amara. Let's give some descriptions of everyone. Tori, let's start with you and the kitchen area inside your house, where you're at right now.
Okay. So yeah, the kitchen it's kind of like open concept. I don't know architecture words. I think that's what the ones they use in trading spaces.
So that would be no walls between the kitchen and living area.
Yeah, so it's
Effectively, right?
it's kind of like just open, just so like there's conversational like spaces.
Yeah.
It's the kitchen itself is pretty light with like white marble, white stones, and like light browns. But with pops of green. It has very like I'm gonna go dig into my own cottagecore self and just like have plants everywhere. So maybe there's like an herb wall.
Yeah.
Like just
Ooh.
yeah, so like she grows her own herbs and stuff in the wall.
Is it like herbs in pouches, or is it like literally a vertical wall of soil
I
that
think
has the herbs
just
coming
this
out of
one
it?
little slit like in the kitchen itself, it's
Okay.
actually just a straight herby wall, like
Oh, nice.
dirt, and like she has to water it and make sure. And I think it's the way it's like situated on the outside too, or some technology that they use is like from the window that's right next to, it'll like penetrate the sunlight into the roots a certain
Mm-hmm.
way. So
Oh, I like that.
yeah, so they do get the sunlight and stuff, even though they're not like in the sunlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
But yeah, it's a big spread out like island for like things, and I think she's sort of Tori is just like leaning on that, sort of just chatting with everybody as they're waiting for everybody else to get there.
Awesome. And then what does Tori look like?
Oh yeah, Tori is like, I forgot, I don't think I gave her a height. I think she's like 5 foot typically, but she always wears heels, so she's like 5'6" in her boots.
Oh, amazing.
But she's in her home, so no, she's in the house is the number one rule.
Mhm.
And so she's just like, you know, leaning up on the counter in her fuzzy bunny slippers, tan skin, dark brown hair, dark brown eyes, Latin descent. Uh, but it's an off day, so she's actually kind of not like gussied up because it's her friends. So she's like, I don't need to run into anybody. So her hair is like up in a messy bun, and like she's just wearing I'm gonna say a crop top, like a oversized hoodie, like a light pink hoodie that you know how kids these days look like they're wearing long shirts and you don't know if they're wearing shorts underneath. Like I don't know that style. Like I don't know what to call it. But
Yeah,
no,
cozy? I don't know.
I think
yeah.
they're just long tees. I got one on accident recently, and I kind of love it. So, oh.
Yeah, I think that's what she has. She has like this like really long like hoodie that's like light pink, and like it kind of like goes to like almost to her knees, and then it just looks like that's it. She's wearing shorts underneath, and like she shifts, so like you can see some like a pair of like white shorts underneath, but like
hmm
I like that fashion. I don't know why. I'm too old for it, but I appreciate the kids doing it.
Can I ask, are your regular high heels also like hover high heels, which is how like she can actually get up that high, and the height actually shifts up and down depending on where she sets the like
It like
hover
elevate, like it
limit
like
to?
elevators down and then elevators back
Yeah.
up to the top.
You know, she's feeling like she needs to be like real tall and powerful. It's like 5'8" because she dials up the hover.
I mean, I think they have hover capabilities, but for the most part, I think she likes walking.
Hmm.
But like, if she does need to like hover, she'll just like flick it on like Heelys and just go for the ride.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. And then Buck, how about yourself? And also your companion, Luna.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get descriptions for both of you.
All right. So conveniently, I have my little Luna next to me right now. So
Oh, look at
in
that.
her small form, she's just a fluffy tortoiseshell cat.
That's amazing.
I thought I'd make it easy on myself. Just a little fluffy tortoiseshell cat who is very clean and is probably up on the counter just watching what we're doing.
Okay.
And then Buck Moon is just Buck. Sorry. But Buck is, looks very similar to myself, just to make it easier. They do have their hair up and they've got some cosmetics on just, for fun. But they're wearing probably something fairly cozy, similar to, oh no, what's Morgan's character again?
Tori.
Tori. I need to switch my screens so I can actually see what's happening. To Tori, but instead of pink, it's a black sweatshirt and some black leggings with pockets on them.
All right. Very cool. And then finally, Amara. What does your character look like, Amara?
Pretty much me, except with long, straight black hair and more piercings and all black outfits, probably something similar to what I'm wearing now. And she's in her early 20s, and she's just kind of leaning up against the counter and watching and anticipating if anything needs to be helped with.
Excellent. All right. So now, presumably, you've all been together as a team for a little while now. You all notice birdie crackers flying by as a memory of your first time working together as a team flashes in your heads of how you saved birdie crackers from the clutches of an evil organization. How many months has it been since that day?
Do we want to just like roll for it? Because that's what I normally do if I don't know.
You want to throw it like
That's
maybe
good. Yeah.
like a
I've got, like,
D12
so
or
many
something?
dice here.
Ooh, can I
Yeah, do you
roll?
want D12?
Because I don't get to roll ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go right ahead,
Yes,
Ryan.
roll. Yes, I'm prepared for you to roll.
That is a 6. 6
I was
months?
thinking 6, so like that's good.
Good length.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like good half a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
You got a
Not
couple
super
seasons under
long.
your belt. That's cool. Okay, so you've had some adventures together. Very nice. So shortly after this thought, Key and Sierra arrive at your dormitory, and as is it like customary here to knock on the doors or to ring a doorbell or a holographic doorbell, or what do we what's a good custom of arriving at a door in this world?
I like holographic something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a little holographic dial or something that you just turn and it makes a chime inside the house or something? Or you want something more advanced?
Hmm. I'm trying
I
to
mean,
think.
your character's probably fairly well off in terms of what you have access to.
I know, but she just doesn't try to flaunt it. Like
No,
that's
I just
she's like, yeah, I got some money.
yeah.
Don't mind the house. Yes, I'm in my early 20s. Don't mind this.
But it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
not it's probably something that a lot of people have in the city.
Yeah.
It's not super extravagant comparatively.
I think what may be common is like how they have like ring doorbells now where you can see the camera.
Yeah.
I think they hit the doorbell and it'll like just make a noise and like a holograph will pop up like on the wall
Oh
of who's
yeah.
at the door.
Yeah. I
And
like that.
then she'll just hit a button on the wall or something, or on the hologram to open up the door.
All right. So you hit the button, the door unlocks, and as that sound happens, your team's little robot companion, that you found the first time you were all together.
I forgot the robot companion.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, wait, there's a robot.
I fully forgot the robot
Yep.
too.
I did not forget the robot because it's
Thank you,
adorable.
Ryan.
Thank God.
Love it.
Oh, good.
This tiny little robot eagerly runs to the door to greet your guests. What are we naming this
Yeah, I was
robot,
about to
and
be like,
Oh,
what
God.
do they look like? Is it?
I was thinking it's some sort of spherical thing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
like
thinking,
a BB-8 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of BB-8-esque.
Nice. I like
I
that.
know. I feel the same way. Just
Awesome. Is it complete with the BB-8 head, or is it like a holographic head, or?
Maybe it's more like Eevee from like Wall-E, where like the head isn't like attached, it's like floating above it, like just a smidge.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Does it make cute little digital
Oh, it has to,
Where's-
right?
digital
Has to.
faces with like moods?
Oh my God, it
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it had to be maybe programmed a little bit, since when you got it from the clutches of an evil organization, it probably had some leftover programming to terminate people at sight, or whatever, right? So you probably got some good personality in there now. So it's your little buddy.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining that the previous programming was just like those images of the Roomba with like a knife taped to the
Sorry, that's really loud.
And that was like its level of competency. It was like an early one. It was just like
It's DJ Roomba.
I'm also imagining like the first time we got it, someone was just like, man, I could like really kill for some, I don't know, like pizza right now. And then the bot starts like trundling out and we're like, no. It's like, no, that was a bigger speech.
Yes, less murderous tendencies, please.
We took it too literally and we're just like, no.
Mhm.
I like that very much.
So
funny. I
so
can't.
so what do we name this little guy?
Ooh, oh no. All right, so name paralysis. As a team, we have name paralysis. It's lovely. Oh boy.
Oh, trying to keep it family friendly. How about something with a couple numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something that might let's see. Like R01L would be roll.
Roll.
Ooh,
That'd
yeah.
be cute.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
we
do
call it
that.
Rolly for short.
Rolly.
That's not
Yeah.
shorter, but that's
It's cuter.
It's easier.
We call it same
It's
two syllables.
cuter. I like it.
So I'm thinking
Yes.
like R0-1L or something like that. Okay,
How about
perfect.
L1?
L1. Ooh.
Mainly because the one could be either an I or an L.
Yeah, okay.
Therefore, Rolly will also still make a lot of sense, and it will be.
I like
yeah.
that.
Maybe we
immensely
argue
happy.
sometimes about the name of the robot.
Yeah.
Like it's It's Rolly.
Love it.
It's Rolly. Look at what it's doing.
Mhm.
It's rolling.
Literally rolling right now. Show me.
Awesome.
Please, no more arguing in front of the child.
All right. So door opens. Key and Sierra, you are greeted by Rolly, who is beeping and chirping at you enthusiastically, and it has those like squinty happy eyes on its screen.
Aww. Well, hello, little cutie. Aww. We're gonna like. I just got a weird image, which is very gently and lovingly kicking it like a soccer ball, but like gently, you know what I mean? Like it's just like rolling it over.
Yep.
It just rolls back over.
Like nudging it with your foot.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
You do that and you hear an electronic whee as it thuds into a wall.
Love it.
Oh, precious angel.
Love it.
Oh, precious angel, I will defend it with my life. There we go.
All right, so you are all together. The agenda was to bake some goodies because you just recently, probably within the last couple of days, stopped some sort of criminal activity. Feel free to make something up if you would like to. Otherwise, we can leave it fairly ambiguous because you're all kind of peacekeepers, I guess, now because of all the sorts of things that you have gotten into in the last 6 months. So I hand the scene over to the 5 of you.
Okay. What are we baking though?
Well,
That
unless
is the
y'all
most important question.
unless y'all have any dietary restrictions or anything, I vote for brownies.
I was thinking brownies too.
I like that plan. That
Ooh,
sounds like a good plan.
I have a really good recipe that I think would be great for brownies. Okay, let's see here. And you see Tori just like turning and looking at the pantry, just opens it up and just like, all right, where did I put them?
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm Googling canned lizards drink milk. Okay, no, apparently reptiles can't digest dairy products. So I am technically lactose intolerant.
Oh no.
Vegan brownies it is.
Yeah, vegan brownies.
Vegan
I'm doing the awkward sort of like, yes, sorry.
It's fine.
The number of things I'm going to have to Google, which is canned lizards blank.
Research history is gonna be wild.
I love how you're being like really like accurate with your information. It's fantastic.
Look,
Good times.
otherwise it requires me to actually make my own decisions. If I can just Google it.
Valid.
Easy.
Good valid.
Absolutely. All right.
Yes. So Tori just starts climbing in the pantry. And I think I think the ceilings are probably like 8 feet tall. And this is like a walk-in pantry. And so she's just like in there, and there's supposed to be a ladder somewhere to help her get to like the higher shelves, but she's like, she just climbs them precariously, like just straight up.
I think
God,
Sarah
I do
sees
that all
that
the
and just
time.
like immediately like, without wanting to look like I'm just like trying to like be there to catch you, I'm like quickly strolling over and just like standing there being all like, if you fall, I will catch you. Please do not do this. I can't stop you. Just like very casually standing there, like me not doing anything. Nope.
So I'm picturing it's normally like you use your like personal hover devices, personal hover step ladder, I guess, to get up to the top shelves. But Tori's just like, nah, I'm climbing that.
Yeah, ain't
I
got
like
time to break it out.
Awesome.
That's a bad plan.
But there's a reason I'm there.
Y'all, you know I can handle myself, right? A cupboard, pantry, and you see her just doing like Dancing in the Rain style, just sort of hanging off. Like, you know, it's fine. This thing is really sturdy.
There are like nods, but there is like such panic in their eyes.
From across the room, Key is just staring up at just. It's a slow internal freak out, but everything's fine.
It's fine.
But since you're there, Sarah, Tori's gonna start handing you ingredients from the top shelf.
I'm getting measuring cups and stuff.
Yeah, I will
Heck yeah.
grab them, making sure not to ever have too much in my arms that I cannot reach to grab you.
Oh heck.
I start catching things.
Yeah, I think I'm like chucking them over to anything that can be chucked. I'm chucking them over to Key. The more delicate things, I will just hold and carry.
So I think we get into like a baking montage here. I see a lot of people doing a lot of different things. Tori kind of directing a bit. Luna kind of getting her nose into the flour a little too much.
We both are. Luna and I are like, what is this stuff?
What is this?
You start eating just like flour. You're like, no.
She sneezes into the flour, and I'm like, oh, that's not sanitary. And then I start remeasuring it, and then I see the cocoa powder, and I try the cocoa powder, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, no.
No, not by itself.
You have to mix it all together and then bake it, and then be good.
I kind of get the feeling that this is probably your first time as a team baking with Tori, which probably is why it was promised finally to do this task together. So I love seeing all the nice little baking mistakes along the way. I'd say you get let's see. So you're doing some vegan brownies. Probably one other item you can get done. What are you thinking?
We could do 2 batches of brownies. One is like the nice vegan one, and then one is the one that Luna sneezed into.
I mean, like, cat snot can't hurt, right? And then I think Tori thinks about it, it's like, space cat snot can't hurt, right?
Buck's trying to put like cracked pepper and basil in it.
Oh, is that just your experiment one?
Yeah, I think it is.
Please, I just want to know what happens with that one. Like, I just want it. We all have to be brave, and we have to taste this one. We all must be brave and try it. Live a little. We're gonna have fun. An experiment.
Oh yeah.
So Buck, what do you put in that one?
Let's see. Sorry, something going on in the background. Anyway, probably like cracked pepper, basil, and What else would I put in there? What would I put in there? Maybe some pine nuts.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Not too bad.
There you go.
Could have been worse ingredients.
This may be. I have a feeling this might not be the first time you've experimented, so you're starting to get the hang of what sort of things should go in what.
I think last time you put pickles in it, like,
Mm.
yeah, that's where my brain went.
Pickles. No.
I did a pesto swirl in the last one. Or like, no, I know these flavors will work. I
Mhm.
just have to do it right.
Pesto swirl is
Yeah.
killing me. Oh, I just tasted the flavor profiles and I'm really upset. But that's fine. I like it. It's all right.
All right, so you get the second batch done. You're working on thinking of a third recipe to do, and suddenly your holographic television. I want to say it's still HD TV, where it's like holographic definition television.
Nice.
It actually is set to turn on in states of emergency, which you've kind of been using over the last few months to see if there's like any major news stories. You haven't seen one in a little while, but this one interrupts whatever was on before and brings up an important news alert. There is apparently a disturbance on the southeastern portion of the city that is quite dangerous. Citizens are urged to evacuate as emergency crews are trying to get things under control, but the first responders were pushed back and massive damage is being done to the vegetation infrastructure in that area somehow. The location there, and then the location they give is actually not too far from your house, Tori. It's actually in a kind of a it's almost a crossroads, but it's like a town square for meeting and whatnot. Lots of nice vegetation and beautiful structures there for people to walk through and gather and congregate in. So that's what you hear as the brownies are cooling.
Oh.
Well,
We did have a day off.
is there really any kinds of a day off for for us?
No.
At least we'll have brownies when we come back. So like,
Yes, exactly.
Stubbornly
It'll be a
grab a
nice
piece
treat.
of brownie and eat it.
Which brownie did you grab though?
Just, I don't know, a piece of the corner piece, I guess.
Well, no, I said, did you grab Buck's brownie or did you grab the
I don't
Thae
know.
brownie?
You want to roll for it?
Please do.
Give me a straight optimistic roll.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
did someone have a link
first
for
roll.
dice?
I just posted it in the chat, in the Zoom chat.
Hang on a second. Find it.
Yee.
So your optimistic,
Oh, there it is.
Amara, is a D6 plus a D4.
D6 plus a D4. Roll it. This is 7.
Ooh, nice. I'm gonna say you were about to grab Buck's brownie, but just as you were about to grab it, you realized your mistake, and you grab a good one instead. Not that Buck's brownies aren't good. Let me just state that we don't know.
We don't know. You're right.
Not yet.
Absolutely right.
Better not to risk it right
anything.
before a battle, though.
That's very true. But okay, so then Luna jumps. Does Luna normally like follow Buck into these situations?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, for some reason I'm picturing she likes to jump onto your shoulder or something
Yeah, I think
on
I
your
think
way
she
there.
could do that.
Okay,
And
so
I will be
Luna.
going, ow, ow, ow. Luna, please. Please, it's fine.
Okay. And as we talked about before, Luna can kinda talk, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so you hear danger, meow.
Aw.
Danger meow.
Yeah.
With a question mark.
I wish you could see the look on her face because she's like, I'm sorry, I do not sound like that, sir. Really funny. But yeah, that works.
Okay.
Oh.
Safe stay. And then she kind of snuggles into your kind of around your neck a little bit to stay safe and tries not to dig her claws in too much. All right. So, I'm assuming that you want to go to this place and see what's going on. How do you all get there, and what do you take with you?
How far away is the city center again?
It's probably the place that they're at is probably a few blocks away. It
Okay.
would probably take you just a few minutes by hover shoe.
I'm gonna grab my hoverboard. That's
Ooh.
slightly faster.
Mm-hmm. A little bit more magical oomph to it.
Is there? I was
Maybe.
gonna say I grabbed a hover bike, but the problem is I also just walked there. So
You can borrow Tori's hover bike if need be.
I like it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Is it the right
that's the plan.
size?
Doesn't matter.
Key's just gonna be like, "Hey guys."
I'm sure it's usable enough. Yeah.
Just sort of a
Is
little
it
hunched,
like
kinda
all
weird looking.
like glittery and
Oh yeah, it's like that just that opalescent sort of like color, like, and then also have the little streamers coming off the ends too.
Oh,
Of the
fantastic.
handlebars.
This
Amazing.
is the weirdest choice. The juxtaposition between colors here is very strange, but it's happening.
I love it.
It's a look.
And
Mhm.
while Key's on the bike, their face is extremely determined because they're trying to not think about what they're riding to the Oh.
The ends
I'll have to
justify the
get-
means.
Eventually, I'll have to get my own bike, but for now,
Have to do.
It's probably comfortable though. Relatively.
if it's not too small. Otherwise, it's just hunched over.
All right. So we've got hoverboard, hover bike. Everybody else just kind of running there. Sierra
I think I'll just
parkouring.
run. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Probably
think
won't parkour too much. I want to try and sort of semi-stick with the other two people who would,
Yeah.
if they are running.
I think Tori hops into hover boots and sort of just starts running, and then as she's running, just like hops up and just hovers.
Nice.
Okay.
Get a bit of a momentum going and just
Yeah, sometimes you gotta if you want to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
gotta go fast.
And then how about yourself, Amara?
I'd probably do hover shoes.
Okay, cool.
That probably have the cool effects of looking like flames coming out. That'd be kind of cool.
Awesome.
Just visual effects.
All right. And then do any of you take anything with you specifically? Any sort of like gear or weapons when you go and confront ne'er-do-wells?
Hmm.
I think Sarah travels light because I did specify she's mainly martial artist, so there
Yeah.
isn't a great deal that they really need as sort of backup.
Okay. Very cool.
He similarly isn't carrying a whole lot. Just the just the just the pendant if necessary. But
Mhm.
again, also that doesn't like leave the body, so that's really doesn't really say much, but it's just sort of there.
Yeah.
Actually, Tori's the same way. I think she just has her like pendant like just on her at all times.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. And then I know, let's see, Amara, you generally have melee weapons as one of your abilities and combat magic. Uh do you have physical weapons that you take with you?
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking a staff, like from MMA, because I was actually learning that myself when
oh, nice.
before I stopped. But yeah, like that'd be
Okay.
cool.
Is that like you carry it or strapped to your back or something?
It probably carried. Yeah,
Very cool.
I'm not sure if you
Okay.
can strap it. You probably can though.
Yeah.
So I think that Buck carries Luna for like longer distances in some sort of pouch or something. And my brain really, really wants it to be one of those like baby ones. on the foot.
Like a
It's
baby
not
Bjorn?
that. It's not a baby Bjorn, but just picture them for a moment. Face.
Oh,
It's really funny.
oh, the
Their little
visual.
leggies are sticking out. But I
Oh.
think maybe it's more of like a messenger bag on my side. So she will hop down from my shoulders into that bag.
Okay.
I
Cool.
love it.
Kind of sticking out with her paws,
Oh yeah.
letting the wind
Yeah.
flow through her fur. I like it. All right. So you head there. It takes you a few minutes to get there, but when you get there, do you get there high up or down at ground level? Um, where do you kind of want to enter this scene?
Hmm. I personally think ground level feels like the best way to do it, but like also sort of next to a building, just sort of like um sort of backlinked up against the building and just sort of looking around it, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. The
Okay.
sneakiness, looking
sure.
around all sneaky and stuff.
Okay. Are you then kind of taking a look yourself, Key?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go and get an actual move rolled here then.
Ooh.
I want to see first if there's anything that might apply instead, but it looks like we're just going to be rolling to use your senses. So
Nice.
this is a basic move that everyone has access to. And using your senses, how would you say that you're doing this to kind of scope out the area? Um, it almost sounds like you were doing it relaxed, slowing down, taking your time and making sure that you're not seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. And like just taking like just sort of looking starting kind of low and then looking high up to see if there's anything. Just basic tactical planning. Just like, all right, we're gonna start looking at the ground, the things that are closest to attack, but also then look up at the things that are in the air that could attack. And just checking all of that out. And scoping out everything before they even see that we're there.
Excellent. Okay, so that definitely sounds like relaxed. So let's go ahead and roll a use your senses with relaxed, which is a D6 and a D8 for you.
Fabulous. Excellent. I am using the little dice thingy. All right, that is a 9.
Ooh, 9. Very nice. So that is a partial success, 7 to 9. So on a 7 to 9, you get to ask one question. But let me set the scene before you throw that question out there. Um, when you peek your head around the corner, you see wilted plants everywhere. It looks like they could come back with some TLC. But in the center of this area is a group of 12 or so robots, roughly a meter tall. And they are kind of standing in a circle of sorts, all backs to each other, facing outwards. Um, and a stream of silvery dust, it looks like, is flowing from barrels that they're holding, like potentially looks almost like guns would, but it just looks like a barrel connected to a tube connected to the back of these machines. Um, You've only seen this type of technology once before, though, back when you saved birdie crackers. But these seem bigger, right? Um, and they haven't noticed you yet, but it looks like the streams of silvery dust are kind of flowing to different plants for a few moments and then flow back to these robots and kind of enter kind of a port on the back of them or so. And something kind of feels a little off in the air.
Okay, so the question that I'll choose is the what can I use to blank question. And the specifics here is to plug the ends of the weird gun thingies, like with a giant cork so that they explode or something. But yeah, what is around that I can use to plug up the gun hole?
That's a good question. So there's plenty of like physical plant material that you could utilize. There is some stone structures that have collapsed a little bit, so there are some like rocks probably around that size that you could utilize. Um, there is some flowing streams of water throughout this area, kind of like in between the pathways. There's like some cutout streams of water. So that might be useful as well. But you don't see too much else that could specifically just plug them up. And all of them at the same time would be extremely difficult to do since there is 12 of them.
Okay. So I'm going to just turn around and relay the information to the rest of the team to determine a plan of some sort. So, all right, there's there are some dudes up to no good around the corner.
Some bots.
Sorry. There's some bots over there that are for sure up to no good. Some weird silvery stuff, a la that last time. Y'all remember? With the and the
We'll nod. Yes, of course. Exactly like how it happened last time.
Absolutely.
And so we gotta and stop the and make it not go boof.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many are there? How many robots? Just me, Steph knows. I'm just clarifying for my character.
Oh, there are 12, yeah.
Thank you, because I forgot the number. It's been a day, y'all. I forgot. But
That's
yeah,
fine.
there are holds up 5 fingers, and then it's like, that's incorrect. Adds a 2.
Sarah pauses to do the math in their head. So 12, they're just standing in the middle of this square.
And they're shooting stuff at the other stuff. I think it might be best if someone else looks around this corner just real quick.
I look around the corner.
I'm also looking.
Sort of Scooby-Doo-esque, like,
Yes.
who it?
Yep. Okay, so you peek your heads out, one on top of one another, and look around the corner. Yeah, you see the 12 robots that are kind of standing there, about a meter tall, and there is a lot of like more plants have been kind of almost drained, I guess you could say. They're just kind of wilted. But the robots are still, they're just standing there in a circle, and these streams of some sort of silvery dust is flowing outwards and then coming back after a few moments.
I pull back and sort of quietly think, it's like, I have a bad feeling about this. This seems to... It almost seems like it was built for us to react to. Maybe more going on.
Well, we can't let them keep doing this. Like we and it might be a trap, but like
But they're making the plants sad. You can't let them make the plants sad.
exactly.
I agree. But we still must also be careful.
I'm going to look around the area that isn't the robots, trying to see if there's like something else that we might need to be aware of. Because if it's just the robots, I feel like we could probably handle that. But if there's something else in the woodwork.
Okay, so I mean, there is like small structures, like architectural archways that are like covered in vines and stuff like that, and various types of plants all throughout as well. And surrounding the square are taller buildings like the one that you're standing behind right now. And there are plenty of rooftops in the area. There's some really tall buildings kind of near here. And there are plenty of like small natural alleyways or so that pretty much anything could be hiding in right now.
Okay. So I guess something I could do is use some of my pact magic, and I think that that looks like a little bit of telekinesis. To just see if I can close the barrel of one of the guns.
Okay. I think that sounds like an Embrace Your Chimera.
Okay.
Let's see. You are doing this. Probably logical, calculating how to best use your abilities effectively. Would that work for you, or
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so that would be a D8 plus a D6 then.
Okay. An 11.
Oh, 11. Very nice. That's a 10 plus.
Cool.
So that's a full success. On a hit, the move is successful.
Cool.
And you don't have any penalties or extra bonuses. So, yeah, you are able to kind of crush the barrel of one of these weapons. and it's probably during a time that uh, the the dust has come back into this particular robot, but has not gone out again.
Okay.
And then it it stands there for a moment, uh, and then it looks at its barrel, shakes it a couple times, looks at it, uh, shakes it a couple times, and it just kind of stands there,
Oh, no.
looking as confused as a robot can, I guess.
Nice. And
Well,
is that my turn, I guess? Is that how that works?
No real turns empowered
Okay.
by the apocalypse. It's just follow the fiction. If anyone wants to react at all, they can.
also nervous.
I think I'd like to survey the battlefield. If there is one, or
There potentially could be one.
Okay.
So your signature move, let's see, or actually your additional move, survey the battlefield. Yes. So you're surveying when you survey the battlefield, roll with logical. So your logical is 2d6.
Okay, 1 second. 6. Got an 8.
Okay, perfect. So on a 7 to 9, you may ask one question below, and you gain advantage forward, working off of the information gathered from the question. So you've got 5 different questions to choose from. What threats are out of sight? Who can I protect, and where are they? What is the most immediate threat? What weakness can I flip to an advantage? And how can I acquire the best positioning?
I was going to ask one, but I think I'm going to go with what weakness can I flip to an advantage? What's the weakness part of these robots?
Interesting. Okay. The robots seem fairly rudimentary in terms of what they are doing. The one robot that got its barrel crushed is kind of looking around bewildered and kind of just slowly turning and looking. But presumably they don't see any threats, so they don't know how to react to lack of information.
Okay.
I think in that case, I think Sarah is going to be like from the ground, like sort of we don't know enough. Is there any way to kind of like climb up the side of the building, sort of half parkour, sort of climbing?
Oh, absolutely.
In that case, Sarah is going to climb up the side of the building to try and get to a slightly kind of higher vantage point, still trying to stay out of sight of the robots.
Okay.
Yeah. And just try to get up there. Is there anything I need to roll or?
No, just parkouring up that building is fine.
Yeah.
That's something that you can do normally, especially with your survival abilities.
True.
So yeah, you make it up there. And let's see here. I'm just seeing if there's any. I don't see any moves on your sheet that apply here. So I think that this would be. You get up there, you see from a higher vantage point. You're about 3 stories high right now. So you can kind of see the whole circle of robots. You can see that inside the circle there is it looks like some sort of metallic tubes that connect to the feet of these robots and kind of connect to something in the center. It looks to be like a box of some sort that is open. And inside the box, there is a soft glow that is would be hard to perceive from ground level, but since you're up a little higher, you can see a little bit into the box and see this little whitish blue glow kind of glowing from it.
Vicious. I am suspicious.
Oh, snap.
I haven't gone yet, but also Ryan, I do have a start a session move that I just remembered I had.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. What is your start a session move? I remember. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's called Protect the Ones You Love. At the
Yes.
start of the session, define who you feel closest to. When you start a fight alongside the person, roll with Valiant.
Okay. So who would you define as the one that you're closest to?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right.
Ooh,
No.
I was prepared to do this, and I was like, oh, I have to actually choose. Okay.
Uh-huh. We do have the relationship web.
I know.
That I'll pull
I'm
up.
looking at my own connectors
Yeah, I'm
right
looking
now.
at it.
Yeah.
I'm constantly
So
looking at it.
for
Sorry.
those watching, I put this together and my eyes kind of cross a little bit when I look at it, but it does have all 4 relationships between each of the 5 player characters in here. Let's see.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be Buck Moon right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
because they don't make me feel like a mistake.
Cool. All right, that sounds good. So I'll just put Buck Moon in that little space there so you have a reminder.
Oh yes, I do have a spot for that. And I
Okay.
roll with Valiant.
Yeah.
Okay, what is my Valiant? Gotta scroll up. Okay, so it's a 2d8.
Oh, fun.
Where are my d8s? Here they are. That is an 8.
An 8. Okay, so let's see. On a hit, they embolden you, giving you advantage ongoing for rolls to defend them during the encounter. So that's what you get. So
Yeah.
now, if Buck Moon is ever in a position that needs defending from you, you get advantage until the fight is over. And it sounds like you want to maybe start a fight.
What? Me start a fight? Maybe I'll just like hurl a little like energy ball at them, like from around the corner, and just like duck back down. Like
Mhm.
I'm not transformed yet. I can't let people know who I am.
I mean, you are kind of hidden right now.
Yeah.
You're all kind of in a back alleyway. There's no surveillance anywhere near you. If you wanted to transform, this would be a good place to do it, but you don't need to just this second if you don't want to.
I do want to.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I will though. Yeah, too as well.
Transformation sequences.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this
Yeah.
triggers
Seems like a good idea.
who is going to transform. I know Amara is not able to right now. Because ever since you've known Amara, you haven't been able to transform, right?
Yeah.
You've been this like force, this tour de force of combat and kind of unequaled with just straight up being a weapon yourself effectively,
Mhm.
right? But you've never transformed or anything like that.
Mhm.
And then Buck, you've got a pseudo transformation that you like to do, right?
Yeah. It's
Because
shape shifting and packed magic to make it look like a magical girl transformation sequence.
I love it.
Like yes, I am one a magical girl too. Look at this. It
I
just
am not an alien. No,
It's just fine.
I am from here.
Wonderful.
And all of us are just like, Buck, we saw you like the first time. We know we are covering for you. We don't need to pretend. And Buck is just,
Me,
No,
who,
you're
me?
fine, Buck.
That's
a
awesome.
regular human Buck Moon.
So
Me?
This triggers our transformation sequence moves that everybody that is either the chosen, which is Key, or one of the magical girl archetypes, which would be Tori and Syrah. Syrah, you were transforming too, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this triggers the transformation sequence move. Since Key, you were the first one to want to transform, we'll start with you. So when you first transform from your mundane form into your chosen form, describe what this transformation looks like, and you must include one detail that represents your focus.
Okay, so Key is going to grip the feather necklace and sort of close their eyes and gently whisper, "I accept your pact," which sort of begins everything.
Mhm.
Wind rushes in a circular motion, as one would imagine.
Mhm.
There's some feathers just out of nowhere just sort of appear, and they're forming a sort of what appears to look sort of generally like a tiny tornado around around y'all's friend. There's just a little tornado of feathers. It's kind of nice. And then those feathers sort of attach themselves to. Hang on a sec. This is a this is a fun moment where I need to look at the image and figure out what exactly I included on it because I forgot. And it is slightly relevant in this particular case.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So the feathers sort of attached to the neck piece and also the little cape that is just sort of coming out of the back. Those are made out of feathers, and that is those sort of settle. And as those settle, there's a little bit more spinning around to just sort of reveal the rest of the look, which is well, it's very tight and black, the rest of the look. That's as far as I've gotten as a descriptor, with hints of purple just about everywhere.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I believe I believe you posted some drawings of your character
I
on your
did.
Twitter and in on our personal Discord. But if you want to see that, we can definitely repost those to the general or to the spoiler chat, I guess, on our Discord at discord.chimera.games. So feel free to join us there later to see that.
Flawless plug. Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Tori, let's give us your transformation sequence. That is for the heart. So this is when you first transform from your mundane form into your magical girl form. Describe what this transformation looks like, and you must include one detail that represents your love.
Okay. So I think as Key Stedman is transforming, Tori's like, oh yeah, that's right, and she sort of like grabs her pendant, which is like an opal flower, like it's just on a loose chain that
Mm.
hangs, and she's like, shine on, and that's what her saying is,
Oh, I love it.
and all of a sudden it's just that glimmery opally sort of like aura just sort of appears, and the aura itself actually starts wrapping around her body almost, and it looks like vines in a way of like you can see like little bits of leaves and stuff sort of like going, and then as like it's around the body it's sort of, and then like it doesn't really cocoon her, it just sort of goes down uh like individual limbs and stuff, not
Mm.
the whole, not like a full on cocoon. And but as it sort of ends, there's various blooms of roses that just appear, and they're bright vibrant roses, pinks,
Ooh.
blues, and all of a sudden they all, vines and all, just become that opalescent sort of look, and they just shatter, and she appears into her actual magical girl form.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah, and her magical girl form are these knee-high platform opal like lace boots. This like it was like a festival set that I saw of like a opalesque like skirt and like holographic skirt in halter top, and her hair is like up in pigtails that are just it's all holographic sort of colors and designs, and she wears a mask that's beaded all the way down so it does obscure a little bit from head to toe, and just has enough like space for the eyes to be seen.
Very cool. And a lot of the inspiration for a lot of these outfits is on our Pinterest page at pinterest.com/Chimera RPG. So definitely check that out because there's some really powerful imagery that was going on there. All right. Let's go to Sierra.
I realized I agreed to do this even though I was the person who an hour before the stream started was panically Pinterest Googling various things with no idea what I had to do. Thank you to Ryan for helping me actually make decisions. Okay, everyone else had a little catchphrase and I hadn't thought of one, so I guess my character just doesn't have a little catchphrase, and I'm like, oh no. But I did have an idea for the transformation sequence, thankfully.
Okay. Yep. It does have to include one detail that represents your physical nature.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see how this goes. We might have to workshop this a tiny bit. I'm very terrible. I have not watched a whole lot of magical girl media because I spent way too long being I'm not like other girls.
Just throw a little parkour in there, it'll be fine.
The thing is, okay, so thinking the sort of transformation sequence starts in that sort of starting at the head, all of the feathers along her back like light up and sort of glow, and then proceed to spread out over the sort of like entire body in this sort of like glowing sort of half ball sort of following like the line, and then some of them start like solidify to form into the outfit, whereas all of the others on, because there is a fair amount of still exposed skin, just sort of drift off and sort of like float back, and whereas the other ones solidify and form into an outfit which are these sort of fairly loose flowing cut open, you know, those sort of like not really like genie pants, but I'll find some images of them and stick them in the Pinterest when I can. But there are these sorts of open, very flowy, light pants that sort of end just below the knee, and tight there and tight at the waist, but then otherwise like very open space for the tail out the back. These I looked up the name a second ago, but these kind of like Wonder Woman almost style, but very simple armor, like gauntlet things, the sort of
bracers.
And then I'm imagining basically kind of like, I found some images. It sort of looked like metal armor sort of feathers that are forming sort of like a sort of slight protective kind of like up here bit, but the whole thing is generally fairly loose and allows for the sort of ease of movement when punching, when doing the punch. And that's what I had.
That's amazing.
I'm exceedingly anxious.
No, I think that's definitely enough. That is wonderful. Now, Buck, we don't have any rules for a transformation sequence for you, but let's have some fun. What do you do to make it look like you have a transformation sequence? What does that look like?
Well, I probably use my pact magic to change how the outfit I'm wearing looks. Probably make it a little bit slimmer fitting, the top, and maybe add some pauldrons, maybe. But most of it is out of this color shifting fabric that I have. So it's very multi-chromatic. and my face changes a little bit and my ears change a little bit. So my ears elongate a little, my cheekbones get wider, and my eyes get bigger, and the pupil starts to glow.
That's very nice. And during this whole time, there is some very epic transformation music playing over everybody's transformation sequences. A lot of echoes as people yell out their phrases. And then things settle in. The feathered serpent, you are on the rooftop. Dark Raven, Starfarer, and Opalina and Amara are on the ground level right now in the alleyway. What do you want to do?
I think Dark Raven is hovering. I think one of the things that just sort of tends to happen at the point of transformation, it just raise off the ground just a wee bit. It almost as if the shoes were actually hovering, but it's not the shoes this time. It's just happening.
I like it.
Just fun.
Nice.
So they're hovering, looking around. I think they're gonna sort of zip up upward to get a good aerial view. This might wind up exposing them ever so slightly. They are sparkly. There are sparkles everywhere. The higher they get, the easier it will be to see. So they're going to do that.
Especially in the late morning sunlight. It was pretty much at the break of morning when we started, and a couple hours have passed since then. So the sun is decently in the sky. There's not too many clouds in the sky currently either. So definitely that sunlight will be glittering through. Trying to figure out, you've got enhanced senses as a transformed chosen, right? Does that play into this at all? Like how are you kind of how do you feel that is working in this situation?
I thought of a pun, and it's a bad one. But
puns are fine, please.
One
Love
might
puns.
say they're getting a bird's eye view. Anyway, that's
I love it.
All right, I'm gonna have to have you mark a condition.
You said they were fine. Don't
You told
now.
me they were fine. I don't know. I objected to that one as soon as it got into my brain, but there it is.
The condition is for not just going out and saying it right away.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. You're fine.
No, so that's the plan, and that is also sort of what's happening. So the eyes there, the lovely eyes. I also forgot to mention, their eyes are now just full purple, just purple, the whole thing, just all of it. All of the eyes purple. But also changed shape ever so slightly. They look a little more like if you've looked at the eyes of an eagle, they kind of look like that, except they're filled with purple instead of instead of eye things. And that purple is just sort of them having a sort of enhanced eyesight while hovering. This is them being birdie. They're being birdie.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hashtag being birdie.
I'm bad at describing things today. It's been a long day and I'm very tired. But so that's they're getting a general bird's eye view and trying to use their enhanced senses to get a better idea of where to focus an attack.
Okay.
And also to see what happens if you depower If you depower a robot
Mm-hmm.
by taking its energy just right out of it. Snatching that energy right up.
All right. So I think I'm going to have you roll another use your senses here.
Ooh,
And I
fabulous.
think this is either going to be logical or energetic, depending on how fast you're wanting to look for this information.
I'm thinking, I'm thinking more logical to also just see like around and see like if I do just suddenly depower a robot with energy, but by just yanking its energy, and that accidentally caused an explosion of some kind, what might be impacted by that?
Okay.
Just on the off chance that happens. Who knows? That might not happen at all. We
Mhm.
have no idea. That's why we are figuring it out, and
Exactly.
using the logic um, to sort of figure those things out. So that would be a D6 and a D10.
Yes, please.
I do not know why I'm struggling to figure out what's a D10. It's fine. I know what a D10 looks like, I'm sure. Wow. That's embarrassingly bad there.
Oh no.
Ooh,
That's a 2.
a 2.
Sometimes
That is,
heroes don't get
two.
it.
Oh, my first failure. You get to mark 1 XP. So
Woohoo!
in Chimera, when you roll 6 or under, you get to fill out one of your XP boxes, and when you fill out all 5 boxes, you get to actually advance to the next level. So failing forward. So you get up there, you are taking a good look around, and you you think you might see that their power sources are kind of like just housed in their central, like bulkier sections. It would make a lot of sense that that were the case.
Mhm.
And it doesn't seem to have the same like normal bluish glow of like the normal the Magitech power sources or so.
Hmm.
Um so I think it kind of you don't know what would happen if you disconnected their power source. You believe that since it's since they're about a meter in height and about half a meter in the other directions, that if there was some sort of strange power source inside them, it could be really, really bad, or it could be nothing. So you don't get any other information based on that. But
All right.
as you are looking, you can see off on the other side of this area, there is like a small commotion of movement that it looks like there might be more things in one of the back alleys back that way that are kind of advancing towards this position.
All right.
Can I go next, or are you done? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
I think Opalina is going to see these in front of us and just. I have energy manipulation, so wait, where am I? Yes, I'm in the right playbook. Where's my stuff? There it is. So I think she's gonna just step out so she's got a better view of them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably exposing herself because she's bright, shiny, and who knows what else. And just have these like energy orbs just sort of like appear in front of her.
Yeah.
and they're the same like pearly obelisk and sort of like shimmer to them, the holographic look.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna shoot them out
All right.
at the robos.
This definitely sounds like an engage your enemies basic move.
Okay.
Probably with Valiant, since you're kind of putting yourself right in the mix of things.
Okay. I can do Valiant. I think mine was double D8s. Yes.
Yep. 2d8.
2D8. 6 plus 7. 13? 13.
Woo! 13. All right. So you get a bonus because on a 13 plus, a lot of different moves will have an extra oomph to them.
Okay.
So you got a lucky 13. So you get to select 3 options from the list. Avoid emotional backlash, give an advantage to whoever engages next, shift the emotional landscape of the conflict, take something significant from your target, and leave a lasting emotional impression effect on your foe.
I think avoid emotional backlash.
Okay.
I also want to give advantage to whoever goes next. And I think I'm going to leave a lasting emotional impression because all they see is like holographic shimmers and they're like, what the heck is this?
So is this like a confusion tactic, or were you trying to actually damage them?
Actually damage them, but I think, because of
Yeah.
the smoke and the haze of them actually being like sideswiped,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you actually do take out a couple of them with this maneuver, and there is the holographic haze kind of around them, and the rest of them appear to be kind of a little jittery, for as much as robots can be jittery. And you can see coming from the other side of the area, since you're at a better vantage point now as well, since you're out in the open. There it appears to be some sort of reinforcements arriving quickly, now that they see a small holographic explosion in the middle of their bot army.
And I think Vocalina's gonna be like, oh, what's a good saying? Plants give us life and everything we need here. You can't just take it from us. We will stop you.
I love it.
Absolutely. All right. So I
Small
think
child was stepping out and yelling about the environment.
Love it.
and I want to say, let's see, we've got Amara here. You have a move
Yes.
that I think is going to get triggered by these extra foes entering the battlefield.
Okay.
When the odds are stacked against you, before
right.
entering the battle, roll with questions. So what roll with questions is you start with 2d6, and for every yes question, you step up one of the dice to the next level. So if there's 1, you get a d6 and a d8. If there's 2, you get either a d6 and a d10 or 2d8. And if there's 3, it's a d8 and a d10. So the questions are you prepared for this encounter? And this is entirely for you, personal question. Keeping in mind that you are trained for this sort of stuff as well.
I'm ready. I'm drawing my with my my staff, and I just realized that some staffs can come like spring loaded and stuff, and this is our world, and this is future, so I can have it like be a little thing that I just like pick up and press a button, and
oh yeah,
I'm ready. So
I like that.
yes.
Okay, so yes, are you okay with using lethal force to resolve things here? You have only seen robots so far.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna try to not use lethal force.
Okay.
Even though they're just robots, I mean, it seems like they can just be disarmed and they're easily swayed. So,
are you willing to pay the price of success?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So you get 2 boosts. So you can either roll a d6 and a d10 or 2d8. It's your choice.
Let's do 2d8.
Okay.
Rolling. That's an 11.
Oh, sweet. So on a 10 plus, you get to hold 4. So what this means, you get 4 uses of this ability that you can spend at any time throughout this combat.
Okay.
And let's see here. So you spend your hold throughout the conflict on the following options to predict and redirect an attack at your opponent. You can relocate yourself or your opponent. On a failed roll to engage your enemies against a minor threat, you can instead strike a lethal blow and move on. You can read your opponent's next move and strike first. And you can produce another weapon that will better serve you in the moment. So you've got all those options kind of in your back burner, and you can do 4 of them at pretty much at any time.
Rockin'. That's awesome.
So I would recommend keeping the list up and keeping it in mind, and have fun with it, because this is one of my favorite moves that I helped design. So I really want to see this played out. Awesome. So you're set. You've got 4 things in the back of your pocket ready for fighting these things. What do you want to do anything, Amara, or does anyone else want to act right now?
I'm interested. Do we have maybe some sort of heads, like earpiece or something that maybe we can talk to when we're not in shouting distance of each other, I guess, or what do y'all think? Because I would love to be speaking to y'all, but I know we're not together right now.
I mean, that might help a little.
I mean, I think if we ever just had a flashback of us like figuring out our team stuff, just like team meeting, we're a team now, what do we do? I think Tori probably laid down the cash in order to do like little headpieces and stuff that
Buck also has access to advanced technology and is very good at tech, so I
am kind of imagining we didn't immediately think of this. We went into some kind of a battle, and then like midway through, we were all just trying to yell things at each other, and it was
go for that one. What?
And then we all got back and we're like, okay. Anyone got any earpieces?
I really like that, because the technology in this world, we all said was bulky, right? Bulky, holographic, retro future stuff. But Buck Boone comes from another dimension, world, universe, question mark. And the technology there is much more advanced, and Buck has access to all of that. So I can definitely see like suggestions of, well, we could wear these giant like can headphone things, and that'll let us talk to one another. And then Buck's like, no,
we're not doing that.
So what is it, like a little standard superhero earpiece sort of deal?
I would imagine so. Like in the Avengers, where they just put their hand up to their ear, and then
earpiece, visor, or just earpiece.
Visor would be fun.
Visor would be cool. Got Sailor Mercury vibes going on there.
Yeah, I like that energy.
People can choose whether they want visor too, for the aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. So I'm picturing, because you're able to blend your technology with the holotech of this world. It'd be kind of cool to have like the earpieces in both ears, and then you can press a button or whatever, and then a holo visor.
I like that. Yeah.
Shows up. Okay, very cool. I like it. All right, so yes, you can communicate.
Sorry, just another quick thing of Steph does a Google about lizards. I think mine has to be one that's like a sort of a more sort of circular like set of things around it, because lizards don't have outward ears.
No.
So I had to have a modified one.
Yeah,
I feel like I've made everything so much more complicated, but then I was just like, wait, lizards don't have ears, do they?
Oh, that's fine. So you've got like these little discs that are somehow
Yeah.
connected to your head.
You just frame your face.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So yeah, you can communicate definitely.
Yeah, I would just tell everyone, Sierra, you're probably right. These robots might be a distraction, but they're easily dismissed. Sierra Key, what do you see when you're advantage?
I think Key is without. Are you there, Key?
I am. I'm here.
Okay.
I don't think that I saw anything fully of value to anybody.
Yeah,
Due to the 2 that I rolled.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not seeing nothing. I am
You're just
up
like,
here.
it's the same thing as it was down on the ground.
All you did see was there was
Mhm.
extra forces that were coming, and since you were still up there, probably you did see them advancing into the square as well.
Yeah,
So
like
both you and
folks
Tori
are
saw that.
coming. Folks are coming, but I don't know how many. I don't know. They're kind of blob shaped to me.
I don't know. I have something in my eye.
Oh, it looks bad. Or one fun thing that could feasibly happen. They're sort of as they're up there, just casually struck by a bird. Just casually, gently struck by a bird. It just that's why they're not answering.
That's fair.
No,
I
they
don't.
they start. It's like I think there is some. There are reinforcements going. Oh my god!
Attacked by an irate pigeon just flying through the air.
Oh,
They're
goodness.
being
You are near the
inconvenienced.
nest, okay, so you need to get away.
I think I'll come down now. Oh God. Oh, this was a bad plan. Oh.
All right. So as you are coming down, and Tori, as you're standing there, the dust kind of settles in the holographic chaos in the middle there, and out from the opposite end of the square, there's all of these other robots that are coming and that don't look totally similar to the ones that are standing in the middle. They seem a little bit more sleek, a little bit more agile, probably. And out from the center of all of those, another robot kind of climbs on top of another one and then another one, and
Oh,
they
no.
kind of form this Voltron-esque exosuit that you see a person climb up into and climb into the cage of this like robot Voltron type
Oh no.
thing. And you hear over a booming loudspeaker, "What's going on here? What's holding us all up?"
Who the
What
heck is that?
the world?
Oh.
No.
Do we recognize the voice at all?
You do not.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Brand new. Good ass to whoop.
Screams.
Am I allowed to say that?
You can say that. That's fine. Just not super often, I guess.
I will try not to.
Twinkle just scream, "Who are you?" I'm also just leaning into that being Keith's voice
I
now.
love it. That's good.
I love it. It is so good.
Who are you? I don't understand.
Okay. You're up high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, they're probably not gonna hear me. I'm still doing it anyway.
Right.
Who are you? From all the way
You
to
can
the top.
see
Kazoo
the
kid. Who
Just
are
turn
you?
down Key's volume in my head.
most of the robots that were around this big conglomeration of a robot are kind of part of the robot now. So there's just a few that are on the ground. And this thing stands probably good 15 feet tall, give or take, which is what, like 4 meters, 5 meters. I don't know
How many
conversions.
stories?
That'd be about 1.5, maybe a little over a story tall.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect for me.
Yeah. So this giant robot kind of turns toward you, Key, um and you can see the person inside. This it's almost uh, like a harness of sorts. I'm kind of picturing. Have you seen Aliens with the giant punchy thing that Ripley uses? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm kind of picturing that type of deal where there's this almost open chassis, but it's also like has this almost it looks like a holographic see-through barrier of sorts, instead of like panes of glass or anything like that, probably for protection. And you can see this person inside, and I you can't really make out who they are, but they just seem like a normal individual, and they point their arm at you, which is actually a full robot, with the robot head as like the hand, and the robot head like maws open, and there is kind of a flash of energy that comes from it.
Oh.
And you can see this like ball of energy kind of gathering and starts coming toward you.
Okay, so
Shit.
I similarly can manipulate energy, and this feels like a lovely moment to just be like, absolutely not, and just sort of do a Vix motion, and it just spins around and goes right on back.
Like a
Absolutely not. Just bats it away, and it just goes
Let's-
the opposite direction. Which
I really want to make you embrace your chimera with this
that
to see.
sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds fine. And it sounds like energetic since you're doing this very quickly.
Yeah. It comes with the that. That's the sound that's with it.
Absolutely. So that is 2d6 for you.
Woo, let's hope it's better than a 2. Oh dear.
I mean,
It's 11.
oh wow!
Look at that. Look at that. That's lovely.
You do exactly that. The beam, the energy from this beam feels different than any other energy that you've manipulated before, but energy is energy to you, right? So this beam, it takes like maybe a half a second longer than you would think, but it does right at the last moment streak past you and kind of go off into the sky, since you're kind of 3 stories up at this point. Harmlessly, nothing is damaged from that.
All right. That works. That works for me. I a little bit want to retaliate. Just a retaliation with just a little
They tried to hit you again.
I don't even know with what though. Like I don't have like
with your own
anything
laser.
Really oh, you know what?
Clearly.
Since it's like a robot head and I am personally delirious today, I kind of want to just go up and just literally bop it on its little robot's head. Just stop that. Just at that. That's all. Just literally that exact word. Just stop that. Absolutely not. Not today. In that exact voice and with that exact language. Just treating it like a bad child. Like a misbehaving child. Honestly,
Yeah, what are you doing?
Goodness.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, and there's also like some force behind that. Like I am it would appear comical,
Yeah.
but it also like should in theory be doing something.
I want
Okay,
to
good.
say, since you are putting yourself kind of at risk, we can probably roll and engage your enemies here
Oh,
with Valiant.
exciting.
Yeah, so that is a D4 and a D10 for you, it looks like.
Word. All right. That is the those are the choices. I have made some decisions today.
I really like that choice, though.
Oh, it's a 5. I dislike this choice greatly
Oh,
at this
no.
point, but all right.
Gotta live with the
Decisions were
consequences.
made.
Yep.
Yeah. Choices were made.
Mhm.
So that is well, it's a 5, so that is
That's a
I'm
failure.
presuming I get to mark
You get to mark an
another
XP
little-
for that.
another one.
Congratulations.
That's fun.
Congratulations.
Got 2.
All
Or
right.
2 this session.
So
It's
yeah,
great.
you bat down the head. The head weapon closes just for a second, and you can see this bot look at its arm, look at you, look at its arm, and it is just going to rear up and punch you across the way. And I think I want you to roll to brace yourself.
Okay.
So when you need to brace yourself against an immediate threat, roll with conditions marked. You don't have any conditions marked, so this is just a straight 2d6.
All right. Oh, I forgot that this is a touch screen and I can straight up just touch it. Sorry. I was like using the mouse pad before. Oof.
And this one you
That's
want to
a
roll
6.
low.
Oh, well, fantastic, because that's
So-
a 6.
Oh, wonderful. So on a miss, you actually gain an XP. And describe how you maintain your composure and emotional state through this. And kind of what happens. I mean, you get hit, you go flying. How do you maintain your composure during all that?
I'm also a little bit assuming that I am that with this knock, I'm sort of going. I don't know that I'm gonna hit a building necessarily, but I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Rolling along the rooftop of a building, like just so, I've just sort of had like if that's happened a little bit, and I'm gonna sort of come to a position wherein I'm like sort of braced against the ground and looking up and just am kind of ready. And that a little bit knocked my senses back into me. So I feel a little bit more stable than what I did a few seconds ago.
Okay.
So it's actually probably a better thing. I feel a little bit better about this. Like, okay, all right, okay. So that's how we gonna play. All right, gloves off then. Okay,
All
here
right.
we go.
Mhm.
So as Dark Raven is flying across the promenade, I don't know what you want to call it, this central gathering place, and over a building, who wants to do something next here?
I have an idea for
Okay.
something. Okay, I was looking at my moves. Um, and I was thinking I might try and do the pick on someone your own size, which theoretically
Yeah.
doesn't apply here because that thing I am still very much smaller than this thing. But
Mhm.
and to sort of do so, I think I'm gonna kind of like leap off my little sort of alcove from where I am, drop the 1.5 stories, and kind of like land onto it and kind of try and get like catch its attention, sort of being all like, "Yo, thought you were done with us? Focus on me."
Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good enough trigger for that. So when you attempt to persuade an opponent into focusing on you during a tense situation, roll with Valiant.
Yeah, I think that's a very valiant approach for that. So that's
Yeah.
a 6 and a 10. Got to move all my
Yes.
dice off my thing so I can roll the right ones. Which am I gonna trust? No question. Okay, let's try these. Oh, hell yes. That's a 16.
Oh,
But
wonderful. So, you don't get anything
yeah.
super extra, but on a hit, you distract them momentarily, and the next ally to act gains advantage forward against them. And on a 10 plus, they take the bait, and their attention turns to you.
Yeah. Focus on me.
All right.
I am the captain now.
So,
I
Starfarer or Amara, do you have anything that you want to do at this point?
Yeah, I'd love to read my opponent's next move and strike first. Maybe.
Okay. So, okay, perfect. So what is going to happen here? Let's see here. So you're spending one of your hold
Yes.
to read your opponent's next move and strike first. So, um, this one, let's see. So you get into range. I'm assuming you have to be kind of close for your
Probably
fighting
would, yeah.
techniques. And this is they are distracted by the feathered serpent on top of them. So you get to engage your enemies with before they're able to react to this. You're able to engage your enemies with advantage, which means you're doing this valiantly, I would say. And your valiant is already a D10 and a D8, so you actually get to roll 2D10 with advantage.
Okay.
So roll with the maximum allowable dice in Chimera for a roll.
Heck yeah, here we go. It's a 9.
Altogether a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad though. That's not bad. So engaging your enemies on a 9, 7 to 9, you get to select one. You get to avoid emotional backlash, give advantage to whoever acts next, shift the emotional landscape of the target or of the conflict, take something significant from your target, or leave a lasting emotional impression effect on your foe.
Hurt that robot's feelings.
Heard that robot's feelings. Where is this at again? So I can see it as well.
This is on the basic moves page. For engage your enemies.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking at the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's try taking something significant from the target. That could be fun.
Yeah, what do you want to take from them? I'm closer, so can I see the person that's inside this machine? Yes, you can. They don't seem like anybody extraordinary. They seem like a normal person in power armor, kind of wearing, I want to say like a gray outfit of sorts, just kind of bland. Almost looks like a uniform.
Are they wearing a helmet of sorts or anything, maybe?
Yeah, let's say they have some sort of helmet on.
Okay. Can I try to take the helmet?
You absolutely can. Okay. Yeah. So you have a lot of different options of how you take that. Describe how you take this helmet from them.
I would imagine I'd probably try to whack it off of their head with my weapon, with my staff.
Okay. So I can see you kind of getting in from the side or so. You first encounter this holographic, almost shield surrounding the cockpit, but you're able to hit it in such a way and that you figure out a way to get your staff in there and knock the helmet off.
Yes. I stole it. It's gone now. Because I'm petty.
So with the helmet knocked off, actually this robot, this giant conglomeration of multiple other robots, starts to kind of move around haphazardly.
Okay.
It's almost like one of the robots on the back kind of falls off and then rolls away a little bit. And then another robot on one of the arms on the side that you're on, Amara, kind of falls off and stands up right next to you effectively. And it feels like this thing is starting to kind of fall apart.
I know. Sierra, be careful.
And where is Starfarer during all of this?
I am trying to decide if they've been. I think they're trying to figure out if they can disable the vacuuming machine. Have the robots continued to do their job while this has been going on?
A little bit. So it seems more like instead of streams of this material, it's kind of clouds that are in disarray.
Okay.
So there's some that are doing things, some that aren't. But when you get over there to the center of this circle and see these robots and see the state of things, you are drawn to the middle. This box. You walk over to the box, you see this glow inside of it. And when you see down into the open canister, you see something that you recognize, something that you never thought you would see in this world. It's an energy crystal from your home world. And that's the episode.
Good cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh.
Heck. Dang.
All right.
Ooh.
Session 1 done.
Heck.
Look at that.
Okay, so we do have some end of
Wow.
session stuff to take care of.
Okay.
So there is a fellowship pool that didn't really have much of a chance to be used, but it started off with 5 points in it. And at the end of every session, we get to ask a couple questions of each player to see if they played a certain way. And if you did, that matches your archetype, you get to add points to the fellowship pool.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Alyzona.
Hi.
So at the end of the session, did you protect someone else selflessly?
I don't think I did.
Um,
I'm still getting a handle of it all.
Or did you, if you sought out an unfamiliar experience with somebody, maybe the baking?
That's true. I'm trying to think if my character's done a lot of baking in her time. I think they haven't. Not really.
Okay.
I don't think she's much of a baker.
I think we can count that.
Yay.
So we'll give you a +1 so far. Okay, let's go to JV. Let's see, we get to add 1 to the fellowship pool if you let others help you face a hardship instead of bear it on your own.
I don't think that happened.
Or went out of your way to better relate to your friends.
No, that's not a thing I went out of my way for. Went out of my way to do something stupid, but that's not really helpful. So there's that.
Excellent. That's fine. These don't always have to be yeses. So let's go to Memento. Let's see. If you worked to appease your patron while helping to keep your friends safe from them. I don't think that applies here.
No, I didn't didn't do much of that.
If you used knowledge from your home world to assist the team.
I feel like maybe a little bit because of the technology.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with that. So I'm going to add one to the pool for that.
Okay.
So Morgan, let's see. If you told a companion how much they mean to you.
Not yet.
Okay. If you tried something new with your powers to help your team.
I don't think anything she's done is new yet.
Okay.
I think energy orbs are just
Yeah.
the norm.
Sounds good. Okay, and then Thae, if you solved a significant problem for the team in a non-violent way. I don't think that applies.
I don't think so. No.
If
I
you
was gonna say maybe kind of stop the fight, but I don't. I mean, I still hit the head. I don't know if that was a violent way. So
yeah.
That counts as violence.
if you assisted another with your spiritual practices.
No.
No. Okay, so it sounds like we're adding 2 to the pool. And on all of your character sheets, underneath the picture on the left-hand side, there is a running total. I get to update it on the world building tab, which updates it on your sheets. But you can see we have 7 points right now in the pool, and those will kind of ebb and flow through all of our sessions. And when somebody makes a roll and needs assistance, you can spend points from the pool and tell us how you assist them in order to increase the roll or the you can add like +1 to the roll. You can give them advantage or take away disadvantage, things like that.
Yes.
So we can talk about that next time when that comes up. But for now, that's everything we needed to do there. I know we're running a little long, but I really want to get some stars and wishes from everyone.
Okay.
So this is a system where we can say something that we really liked about the session, and something that we wish to see kind of for next time or sometime relatively soon.
I would like to go and say that I loved Buck's brownies. Just that little like small little thing just made me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I enjoyed that immensely. I think just a sort of overall thing that I enjoyed is I enjoyed the playfulness of this first session.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. I loved rolling. And
Yes,
the collective,
Oh yes.
working towards making little rolling. My new favorite.
I love rolling so much.
Baby.
I loved the twist at the end. To see my homeworld tech being used by the baddies had me gasp.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Visibly shook.
How about yourself, Thae?
I liked all of us making brownies. I thought it was pretty awesome.
It is a good way to bring us all together. I
It
like
really
that.
was.
Mm-hmm. All right, and what sort of things do you wish to see? Something that your character can do, something just kind of like a scene that you might want to have at some point. Anything that you want to see your character do something cool or see somebody else's character do something cool.
I'd like to see my character work in tandem with other characters instead of, it was kind of disjointed this time around. So I think like, what's it called? Like duet moves would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
That sounds fun.
Absolutely. Okay. Who else has something?
I think I want eventually when we get to the chance to get to it that y'all have to deal with Tori's like not personality, like her celebrity status.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring it with me.
Okay.
Folks
like that.
asking for autographs on the sidelines, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we have?
I hope to see my character transform, mayhap.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I do have an idea for that. So
Hey, pretty cool.
okay. Anything else?
I'd like to see
Nice.
my character make better decisions. Which would just sort of mean I would like for myself to be um I don't know why the only phrase that is coming up for me right now to describe what I'm referring to is mentally hydrated, but that's not that's not a phrase, but that y'all know what I mean.
Rehydrate the brain.
I mean,
Yep.
it's now a phrase. You brought it
is.
to existence.
It
I'd
is
like
Yeah.
to be mentally hydrated. Yeah.
Sometimes you're just gonna get mentally hydrated. That's a mood. I'm feeling pretty mentally dehydrated, and the only thing my brain can think of is I'd love to see Key on that bike again.
Heck yeah.
Have the mental
Yes.
image of that bike. Key
That
on the
bike
bike.
though.
Oh
That's
yes.
very
Riding
much
into
that.
danger on this little bike.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it so much. Wonderful. So we've got our stars and wishes, we got our fellowship moves. Let's wrap things up since we're over time a bit. Let's go and give people our socials where we can find ourselves online. Anything of note that you want to say that you're currently working on, if anything. Let's go in counterclockwise order. Again, starting with JV, please.
Great.
Sounds
So you can find me on Twitter at Red Black Golden. Black is spelled BLAQUE. If you would like to hear me read tarot cards for people, you can find that at JV_reads. There have been some real fun episodes lately with some familiar voices and I almost said faces, but I mean, maybe, but like definitely familiar voices for sure on that. And I hope y'all check it out. Their conversations were extremely fun and I love having them. So check those out.
Absolutely. All right, Alyzona.
You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is Alyzona Quartz. Yeah. I think the bot it'll be easier if you just look at what the bot pops up than I got.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No problem. I'm currently working on rehydrating my brain pretty much. Outside of that, I'm not really doing much. Yeah, you could follow me on Twitter. There won't be much happening. I think the only activity that has been on it in the last year has been me retweeting the prompts for this stream.
So if you
So it's
want
getting
one
wild and
person
exciting.
to get all the prompts for this show,
Yeah,
just
follow me.
Alyzona.
Exclusively follow me.
Yes.
As then you'll get the only prompts that you'll ever need.
Turn on
just for this stream.
notifications, all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. Yeah, please.
Be perfect.
All right. Let's go to Memento.
I am a streamer here on Twitch at Memento Mori Vulgaris. You can also find me on Instagram under that handle. I'm also on Twitter at Memento Mori Rara, Rara. I do art and on stream I do makeup. You can't tell right now, but I usually do very extravagant, interesting makeup, but I didn't have time today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right. Morgan.
I am Morgan. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bezos. That's SIRENABESOS. You can find me on Sunday. I got a twofer on Sunday. I am playing at 4 o'clock Central, The Warrens of Petal Grove at Geekspective, where we're a bunch of buns, just bunnies, doing bunny things. And at 8 o'clock, 8:30 Central, I am finishing up the finale of Apocalypse Keys at Actual Play on the Actual Play channel. So you want to watch our drama-filled monsters have a glorious finale, come join us there. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. It's easier to follow me and do my things.
Lovely. Wonderful. All right. Thae, how about yourself?
Hello, my name is Thae. You can find me at Thae and Twilight on Twitter and Twitch. I stream all kinds of games 4 days a week, and I rant about social justice on Twitter and post pics of my cat. Tomorrow I am hosting a listener party for Horror Borealis' crew, Losers a Love Story, at 10 Central Time, so very excited about that.
Oh, it's so good.
Ooh, snap.
What's gonna happen?
Oh,
Just
that's
so many amazing voice actors.
I know.
I'm just not
Yeah.
gonna spoil that. That's
So,
particularly I don't actually remember, but that's fine.
Perfect.
Love it.
oh, and my name is Ryan Boelter. I've been your genre moderator for today. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Neptune. You can find me online at lordneptune.com. You can find Chimera online at Chimera RPG on Twitter, or at chimera.games for the URL. And also, yeah, this losers thing, which is a love story, as is the subtitle, is a retelling of Stephen King's It. From the minds of a Horror Borealis and a Horror Borealis 76, AHB 76. And really, JV, you're in that. You are a voice. You play Mike. I do the sound design for it, and it has been some of the most fulfilling sound design I have ever done for some of the most fulfilling voices I've ever had the pleasure of actually editing. So definitely check it out, because it is so good.
It is very
It is.
fun, and I missed almost the entirety of the first movie. Like the full group did just a group watch of the thing.
Yeah.
But I forgot that it was happening, so I
Oh,
missed the
no.
first movie, and then the second one, I forgot what happened for
Oh,
most of
no.
it, and that is obviously the one that we are doing.
It's
Y'all,
fine.
it's great.
Fine.
Well,
It's fine.
I mean,
Look,
as
I
far
haven't
as
even-
And
Mike,
Mike.
as
Haven't
far
even
as
watched
Mike
the
is
film.
concerned, I didn't really have much to work with. Thanks, Stephen King. who's
I
bad
mean,
at-
you have a really good point.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And-
you have made the best, Mike, so
Really
far.
have.
Just pure sass.
Absolutely.
Aw.
Because
Yeah.
Wait, you don't
obviously, like
remember
everybody
me?
left.
Like
Thanks.
salty Mike. Just
It's getting
great.
gradually more and more salty at everyone. Like,
Absolutely.
thanks.
It's
But
it's
when y'all get
fantastic.
to episode 4, I apologize in advance. Y'all will be weeping. That first bit is weep inducing.
Oh.
And
Anyway.
I'm ready to be crying for this episode. So
Yeah,
dang.
grab some tissues. Absolutely. Content warnings galore for the losers episodes. It gets really intense at times. And I put a lot of work into the sound design to actually ramp up that tension and really bring the performances to life. So check it out if you can. It's just so good. So that's enough of us for ranting about
Yes.
Horror Borealis presents Losers a Love Story,
Free
which
press.
on
which
our
you can
stream.
find on the Horror Borealis podcast feed, or streaming live on Thae's channel Saturday mornings, it seems, when the episode's released. So aside from that, thank you so much for joining us. This has been an absolute blast. I'm loving the story so far, and I'm loving where it's going. And I can't wait to see where it ends up. So I don't know if there's anything. Oh, the one last thing. Check out Amber's stream next Friday on the Huetopia channel. Amber is running another Chimera RPG session called Cape and Blade, where they are blending fantasy and superhero genres, playing in a Sky Islands setting with maybe islands down below, or just a water world. That's unclear. There's a lot of birds and a lot of fish, and a lot of salting of said fish so far. But aside from that, it's really fantastic. my goodness, there is a lot of fun things to catch in there. So you can see some of their backlog on the Huetopia channel if you want to go take a look at that, or check out their stream live on Huetopia. You can get there easily by going to capeandblade.chimera.games. I think that's everything. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to my wonderful players for playing in this world with me.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
I am very much looking forward to next time. 2 weeks from today, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, we will be doing a session 2 of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe. So catch us then.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you so much,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.